He preaches a message that money will come to you in abundance the more that you give to his church and the World Outreach Center.
But now a Twin Cities minister is in trouble with the law, accused of a serious financial crime. Fox 9 investigator Jeff Ballion has this exclusive
Mr. Matthews, I'm Jeff Ballion from Fox 9 News. Would you answer a few questions, please?
Bill Matthews is no stranger to a television camera.
The place that God wants us to be is debt-free.
This is a YouTube video of him preaching at his Solid Rock Church in Elk River. Like a TV studio, the place has all the electronic gear necessary to live stream his message to the rest of the world.
You don't solve financial trouble by borrowing more money. You have to resolve the issue.
Matthews has some big issues of his own to resolve, among them a felony charge for financial exploitation of a vulnerable adult.
You know, what my dad is doing is not
Hallelujah.
a good witness.
Well, are you ready to give?
To win people to the Lord.
Amen.
In the next few minutes, you will hear an intriguing story of money,
No comment.
misdeeds,
You know, I've seen the bank statements and it's pretty clear.
and morality.
My dad, who performed the ceremony, is now married to my ex-wife.
The common thread is a man of the cloth, William Neal Matthews.
Church paying for your legal counsel?
Pastor Matthews declined to answer any questions from the Fox 9 investigators. On this day, he was going to court on a charge that he ripped off his elderly mother-in-law.
Well, my aunt discovered it. My
Emily
grandma was
Maldonado
actually
is
in
Matthews'
jeopardy.
daughter.
My grandma was actually in jeopardy.
She says her grandmother was close to being evicted from a nursing home because the rent wasn't being paid.
Why was the rent for your mother-in-law's nursing home not paid for 4 months?
Matthews was in charge of Grandma's finances.
So the money was getting used some other form and wasn't getting paid to her nursing home bill.
After police were alerted, Matthews paid the $3,500 bill, but investigators noticed something unusual in bank records. While the nursing home rent had gone unpaid, $1,700 was withdrawn from Grandma's account and transferred to Matthews' account. Police say money also was taken from her account to pay the IRS on Matthews' behalf.
Why was $900 some taken out of her account to pay the IRS?
In court documents, Matthews denies taking the money for his own use.
The place that God wants us to be is debt-free.
When it comes to taxes, Matthews is hardly debt-free. Besides being a pastor, he owns this auto body repair shop. The Fox 9 investigators checked Sherburne County records and discovered the property taxes haven't been paid since 2008. The past due bill now stands at $22,000. And we found the state of Minnesota just slapped a $5,000 lien on the business for unpaid withholding taxes.
Anything to do with finances and money is kept very hush and very secret.
There is no love lost between Andrew Matthews and his father. At one time, they worked together at the church and the business. Their falling out came in 2009 when Andrew's mother was dying and his own marriage with his wife Lorena was struggling.
My wife then moved in with my dad to take care of my sick mom.
He says that happened while he was out of state training in the National Guard. Shortly after his mom died, Andrew says his father made a surprising announcement.
God gave me a list of 3 people that I could marry, and Lorena's on that list. And so it took me a second. I said, "Are you joking? I'm still married to her at this point. We were still legally married."
5 months after Andrew and Lorena divorced, she married his father.
She's my age, 6 months younger than me, his youngest daughter.
Andrew says the new arrangement is awkward, to say the least, for his 3-year-old daughter.
And she'll often say things to me like the other week when I had her. She said, "Daddy, do you think it's silly that I call my grandpa Dad?"
Pastor Matthews has 6 children from his late wife.
How would I explain to my children that this is an okay action?
His new marriage has split the family.
So the 3 oldest, Chelsea, Rachel, and Billy, they've all stayed with my dad, and none of them will talk to me at all.
In his bio on the church's webpage, Matthews says he's traveled extensively, preaching the gospel around the world.
Many times he'll travel first class. He'll stay in 5-star hotels.
Matthews might be staying in a prison if he's convicted of the felony charge of ripping off his mother-in-law, or he might get stuck with a fine.
Can you tell me who's paying for your legal counsel?
The man who preaches the virtue of being debt-free
You don't solve financial trouble by borrowing more money.
already owes tens of thousands of dollars in back taxes. There's also a collection agency after him to pay off the remainder of his first wife's funeral bill.
Funeral has still not been paid for. His wedding was paid for.
I'm Fox 9 investigator Jeff Ballion.
A judge has ordered Pastor Matthews to not have any contact with his mother-in-law. Matthews has another court appearance on the felony charge next month.